Start. At least 130 people have been killed in the student protest clashes against quotas for government jobs in Bangladesh. In a new development, the Appellate Division of the Supreme Court dismissed the order of the High Court that had precipitated the crisis and reserved 93% of the seats in government services for merit, allocating just 5% jobs for freedom fighters and their dissidents. A 1% quota each has been allocated for tribes, differentially abled people, and sexual minorities. The anti-quota protests have come at a time when Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was settling down to power after winning a controversial election in January that gave her an unprecedented fourth consecutive term. Ms. Hasina was aware that the biggest challenge this time was high inflation and unemployment, and had started looking for solutions from partner countries like India and China, as she wanted to increase employment opportunities in the manufacturing sector. The agitation, coupled with her own intemperate remarks, has created one of the biggest crises that she has faced since coming to power for her first term in 1996. The seeds of the present quota reform movement lies in the smaller anti-quota movement of 2018. On March 8, 2018, the Bangladesh High Court rejected a petition challenging the legality of the quota system in the country that had existed since the early 1970s. In this backdrop, Ms. Hasina declared that she would maintain the quota for the descendants of the veterans of the Liberation War. It was broadly understood that this quota, which was started by her father Sheikh Mujib, was an emotional matter for her. But this declaration of support for the quota for descendants of the Liberation War triggered a major agitation by students. Responding to the agitation, Ms. Hasina cancelled all quotas in Bangladesh civil service through an executive order. This was a jolt for the students who just wanted a reform of the quota system and not abolition. It was clear that if freedom fighters were not to get any quota, then no one else would either. During the next 2 years, over several rounds of discussion, Ms. Hasina stuck to her decision to abolish all quotas in 2020. The executive order became operational. On June 5, 2024, the Bangladesh High Court nullified Ms. Hasina's executive order that had dissolved all quotas. This action by the judiciary restored all quotas in the Bangladesh civil service. This judicial intervention was brought upon by an appeal filed by the descendant of a freedom fighter and 6 other individuals. Responding to the High Court's verdict, the government filed an appeal